From San Jose, California, this is A Walk in the Park, a weekly podcast from the City of San Jose Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services, known as PRNS. My name is David No.
And my name is Valerie Brent.
We're two young communicators from the City of San Jose, and we'll be your hosts throughout the month of July as we kick off National Parks and Rec Month.
COVID-19 has changed the way we work, the way we live, and the way we communicate. In the month of July, we are launching a new awareness campaign called We Are Essential.
This podcast will feature stories from across the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services. As the City of San Jose continues to support residents with access to city services, community resources, and provide vital outreach, we hope to shine light on the experiences of PRNS staff during this time.
With this podcast, we'll be speaking to PRNS staff on the front lines, essential workers that have gone above and beyond to help residents in their time of need. We hope this podcast will bring a bit of hope and joy into your life.
We've never done a podcast before, so fingers crossed. So without further ado, this is
A Walk in the Park. So David, how have you been?
Busy as a bee, but I'm really excited to speak with some PRNS staff members today.
Me too. This might be our first podcast episode ever, but it just feels right, doesn't it?
It does. There's just so many stories about all of the amazing work PRNS is doing to help residents right now. I almost don't know where to start.
Well, Roosevelt Community Center is just right down the street from City Hall. Want to go see what they've been up to?
Right behind you, Val.
Today, we'll be talking to a rec leader who's been with Roosevelt Community Center since before the shelter-in-place order began. To begin, can you please state your name, position with the city, and what site or division you are a part of?
Okay, yeah. So my name is Emmanuel Santos. I work for the Roosevelt Community Center as a rec leader. So one of my main tasks, I create content here for Roosevelt for the VRC Virtual Recreation Center. So we do guitar lessons, drum lessons, STEM videos, and just any way that, we can provide resources for people that are at home. So, we have content for them just so they can, just pretty much they're home pretty much and, just wait for us to provide just educational resources for them while this is happening.
So if you could describe PRNS in one song, any song, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm a guitar teacher. All right, I should know this. Maybe the Happy Song by Pharrell. I mean, I feel like every time I come to work, everybody's always happy. There's never a bad day. There's always something fun to do. So it would be that song. It's always something new here at Roosevelt or just for the city in general.
Has the shelter-in-place order changed your perception about the duties and responsibilities expected of our Department of Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services?
Yeah. So we have a lot of responsibility. Like when I started first, I think in March, I came back to the city. I was helping with the senior nutrition program. I didn't realize how important it was for us to feed the community because this is like the only resources that they have. I built so many connections with our homeless community and just the community here in general. And it's just crazy how like this is like their only source of food. And it's just like eye-opening just for me to be grateful to have a job during this time. So it's really like a good lesson for us to learn from, just not to take anything for granted. Even on my days off, when I'm like running around, when I see people, I just let them know because I live here like 2 blocks away. I live on 24th Street. This is my community. So every time I see a person, I like to tell them, like, here I work for Roosevelt. We hand out food from 11 to 1 p.m. and let them know that we have this place for us, take advantage. We're here for the people. And then, yeah, so I really like to promote Roosevelt because we do a lot of great things. And we have the care packages too, that the county gives us. I think on Thursdays, they drop off about 100 care packages. So it's food for them for the weekend when we don't serve on Sundays, and they get to enjoy that over the weekend. They don't have to worry about food. And I'm glad we do that, because a lot of people, on Sundays when we're not open, they don't know where to go to eat. But I'm glad that we offer that for our community.
Life as we know it has changed drastically in the past few months. With our frontline and essential employees being there for our community every step of the way, what does it mean to you being considered an essential employee during this time?
At first, I didn't think of it as much because I just thought I was doing my job. But just like as time went, people just stopped working. I see the impact that I'm doing in the community, and it's like, wow, I'm really doing this. I just feel like I'm not putting myself in the same category as like first responders, but I feel like since I'm passing out this food, people, they're surviving off of the food that we're giving. You know what I mean? It's just we really are saving people's lives with food. And it's crazy to think, but I feel really good, especially because I've grown up here by Roosevelt like all my life. I'm 25, so I've been here for like 23 years at the same block. But it's just like, it's mind blowing that, just being part of the communities at such a young age and helping out. So it feels great.
Our next guest is based out of Willow Glen Community Center. He's also a recreation leader and sat down with us to talk about his experience as a PRNS essential worker, working hard to support residents in San Jose.
My name is Alvaro Celaya. I'm a recreation program specialist overseeing leisure and senior activities at the current moment at Willow Glen Community Center.
Has the shelter-in-place order changed your perception about the duties and responsibilities expected of the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services?
Most definitely. I felt like I had a grip on things before the shelter-in-place happened. And once the shelter-in-place took effect, I felt that we were needed more. Even though we cut down our programs and our classes, there was still a community that needed us. I think we're a department that is very needed. Our logo, building community through fun, is definitely something I believe in. And it felt that once the shelter-in-place took over, we had to step up our game. We had to get more creative. We had to come up with new ways to serve our community and just be here for them, I think, overall.
Yeah, definitely agreed.
The city of San Jose has really taken the lead in coordinating countywide food distribution while also providing aid and information for residents across Santa Clara County. Families in need are able to access city resources and services with the help of PRNS community centers, sites, and staff such as yourself. In the last 3 months, how would you describe your personal experience regarding the department's response to COVID-19?
Yeah, of course. I want to focus on meal distribution. I feel that for the senior population, food is something that not scarce, but it's not consistent in the fact that there's some people who live alone and they're up in age and they might not be able to go to the grocery store and get a meal or, put a couple things together. So they rely on us a lot to feed them. But above that is being social, having someone to just say hello to, a friendly face to see. And that's something that I really see here at Willow Glen Community Center. We, on average, before shelter-in-place took effect, we were serving anywhere between 50 and 60 people Monday through Friday. We're currently serving anywhere from 70 to 90 people. So we're serving more people than usual. The PRNS department has stepped it up and really has served the community when it comes to meals.
So that kind of leads into my next question. Many times, PRNS community centers, sites, and services are the first point of contact for residents and neighborhoods in San Jose. Ever since the shelter-in-place order has forced so many communities to stay at home, how are residents able to access resources with the help of Willow Glen Community Center? What are some of the ways you feel that you're contributing to COVID-19 relief in San Jose?
Well, I have a really good communication with all the participants here at Willow Glen Community Center. The way that I'm passing along the word is through emails. So I have a long list of emails from participants here at Willow Glen. And what I do is, as soon as I get some type of information, whether it be a flash report, where there be free testing for COVID, I definitely send them an email and just let them know what's going on. And every now and then, I'll call people that don't have an email or probably don't have a computer, so I'll give them a call and just let them know. And we do a lot of word to mouth through our senior nutrition program. Like I said, anytime I get some type of information that I feel is going to be ideal for our community, I let them know through the senior nutrition program, or we put a little flyer in their little meals and send it with them. I've had a lot of emails back from different participants just saying, thank you so much for keeping us informed. We really like your emails. I come out here and I do what I do because I love it. I love the community. I love giving back. I love to build community through fun. So blessed to have this job, and that's the main reason I do it.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely can see that happening with all the outreach and all the service that y'all continue to do for our community.
Mm-hmm. We are in a pandemic and we need to put our part. I know at home for us, I'm working with my kids, schoolwork, it's not easy. Now, when you're a parent, what I tell everybody, and I tell myself, is just be patient, do your part, stay your 6 feet apart, wear your mask. This isn't forever, but this is an action that we have to take on right now. And we have to do our due diligence to, weather the storm and move forward.
Alvaro, this is actually going to be the first podcast episode ever. Yeah. So really excited to have you, talk about your experience, and, thank you so much for everything you're doing for us.
Of course, you guys. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. If there's anything else you guys need from me in the future, just reach out to me. Bye-bye.
Wow. I had no idea rec leaders were responsible for managing so many programs at the same time.
I know, right? It's like PRNS community centers are mini city halls. They provide so many resources for residents.
Rec leaders are so vital to helping our communities access so many city services. I can't wait to meet another PRNS essential worker next week.
Me too, but you should pat yourself on the back too, David. I think that first episode went pretty well, don't you think?
A great person once said, "You'll always remember the second, the third, and the fourth time, but there's no time like the first time. It will always be there."
Well said, David. Well said.
A Walk in the Park is a production of the City of San Jose Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services.
New episodes are released every Friday in the month of July in celebration of National Parks and Rec Month.
This podcast is part of We Are Essential, a new PRNS initiative to raise awareness about the experiences of staff members working hard to support residents in their time of need.
To find out how you can access city services and learn more about PRNS, follow us on our Facebook and Twitter at SJ Parks and Rec.